Okay, very lovely meeting you. It's a great movie, let me say that, and Robert Pattinson is amazing. But first, my question to you, because you also wrote the screenplay. How did you get the ideas for this crazy stuff like Snowpiercer, Mickey 17, and so on?
그 에드 애시턴의 소설 덕분에 그 휴먼 프린팅이라는 놀라운 컨셉트를 만나게 돼서 되게 기뻤죠. 감사하고. 예.
Thanks to Ed Ashton's novel, I was able to meet this concept of human printing, and I was so happy, and I feel quite lucky to come across it.
휴먼 프린팅이란 단어 자체에 이미 많은 것이 들어가 있어요. 결코 둘이 만나서는 안 되는 단어인데. 예.
I think the term human printing already says a lot. It's a combination of words that shouldn't really exist.
사람을 프린팅하는 것 자체에서 이미 거기서 출발 자체가 비인간적이고 여러 가지 문제가 있는 건데 현재 뭐 AI도 그렇지만 여러 가지 기술들이 우리를 두렵게 하는 면이 있잖아요. 휴먼 프린팅도 마찬가지인 거지.
So the fact that humans are being printed out, that in itself is quite inhumane and involves so many difficult problems. And I think it's the same with AI these days, where a lot of these technologies are kind of scaring us.
그 랍을 계속 출력하고 싶은 거예요, 프린터에. 그걸 상상만 해도 너무 좀 즐겁더라고. 계속 이렇게 막 출력.
And I just
출력되기 되게 좋게 생겼어요.
And I just wanted to continue printing out more Robert Pattinsons. Just imagining that made me feel so like happy because he looks so printable.
How would it be for you if you can imagine in the future you can just go and say, okay, I would love to get a Robert Pattinson, just print it out, bang.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess well, I don't know if I would like that. I'd be like, well, maybe. I can't really see what the point would be, like, exactly.
Making many girls happy.
I mean, well, yeah, I should maybe ask my girlfriend about that. Like, she's probably fine with one. Maybe in half of one.
And the good thing is you are 2 times in this movie because Mickey 17, who is really nice and really shy, and Mickey 18, who's much more greedy and bad. So how was it playing these 2 parts? Because I think you have switched very often during the scenes. So how was it for you?
It's fun. It's kind of complicated at first. But I mean, director Bong has his editor on set, and I was kind of watching the scene being built as I was doing it, so you can it makes it significantly easier doing it like that. But it's fun. It's also fun playing a sort of a love triangle when you're playing both guys. Like, so you kind of like you can't really lose.
And I think you also did your own stunts because it looks like in the movie. Was it so?
A lot of them, yeah.
So how hard was it? And did you get some cuts and bruises, for example?
You know, I'm actually alright when it's. I find it a lot easier to do stunts when you're just sort of falling over and kind of hurting yourself. That is, I've got quite a kind of like floppy body, so like it's kind of easy for me. I don't really get hurt. It's only when I'm trying to act tough that seems to be when I get injured quite a lot.
But you didn't get any injuries from that?
I don't think so. No. Yeah, I was fine on this one.
Did you have maybe some memory from the set where something go wrong that should not go on? Because it's a science fiction movie, anything can happen on this set.
What went wrong? I don't remember what went wrong. I remember my favorite. I remember when we were doing one of the first scenes where I was being printed out, and I got printed out, and the science team has to come in, and they're immediately killing him again, like 5 seconds after he's been printed out. And there was a guy who was a background actor. It was his first day, and they're like, "Okay, so we want you to get this test tube, and you just like put it up his behind." Afterwards, and the guy looked so terrified. It was his first job, and he's just holding this syringe, be like, "Are you okay with this?" I'm like, "Yeah, just stick it in there, mate. It's fine."
But not really inside. It was just.
It wasn't inside, between my legs. But it looked, like he could have, if he just slipped in any way, it would have just, could have ended up in a different type of movie.
Yeah, I would be afraid because this guy is new on the set. It's his first day, so.
And you could see him. I was holding the pipe. He's like trembling.
Amazing. Thank you so much for this great story. And the cool thing is that. Because you did a few of science fiction things, so are you a little bit into sci-fi? Did you love watching sci-fi movies?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, And it's kind of it's difficult. I remember when I first talked to Director Bong about it. I kind of normally when you see sci-fi movies, it's like everyone's a scientist. Everyone's kind of it's a very sort of clinical storytelling. Everyone's a genius in it, and it's interesting. It reminded me of my favorite parts of Alien, which is like the early scenes. When it's just like they're like truck drivers just hanging out at the
blue
beginning.
Colors.
Yeah, and it's interesting. And it's very rare, but you get that kind of those kind of characters in sci-fi movies anymore. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, one last question, because I live in Cologne, and I know you have shot in Cologne for High Life. So did you have some great memories from the city?
I love the Kolsch thing. What is it called when you can order like 14 at the same time?
Ein Kranz, if it's rund.
Yeah. When you can only have like 1 or 14. That's like my kind of restaurant. That's literally like, do you want to have 1 beer or 14? 14. And just putting and they keep coming unless you put the beer mat over the top of the glass. That's how every restaurant should be in the world.
And did you see something of the countryside? For example, the cathedral or anything else?
I don't think I really went to the countryside. I went to that amazing cathedral with all the skulls in it. What is it called again?
Kölner Dom.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I really enjoyed it there. I thought it was great. Yeah, really, really fun city.
Great. I would love to talk to you an hour, but they kicked me out. See you at the red carpet.
Cool.